You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Penultimate round of Super Rugby round robin this weekend. One of the games of the round, bit of a shootout for a top four spot really. The Blues are currently fourth, only 1 point ahead of the Hurricanes, and the Blues and Hurricanes meet tonight, Eden Park, 7:05. Blues and All Blacks halfback Finlay Christie has played 10 of the side's 12 games this season. 9 of those have been starts. Couple of tries for Finlay Christie.
Here's Ioane, getting rid of one. Rico Ioane, we know he's got pace. Christie in support, trying to get around one. He does. Finlay Christie, eyes for the line. Chopped down, oh, still going. In fact, I thought he'd be caught. No way! Finlay Christie, what a run, what a try!
Yeah, starting again in the number 9 jersey tonight, Finlay Christie. Thanks for joining us, Finlay. A win in this game would pretty much lock in a spot in the top 4 for the Blues and a home quarterfinal at least. So how big a motivation is that for the side tonight?
It's pretty crucial, to be honest, and I guess we've had a sort of up and down season, but coming down to these last 2 games, we're lucky enough to have them at home and I guess still have our season in our hands. We'll be looking to hopefully get 2 wins and solidify a top 4 spot for a home quarter.
And if you manage to pick up 2 wins with bonus points, that'll get you up to 48 points on the table, which, depending on other results, might even get you into the top 2. So is that also a target over the last couple of games to get into the top 2 and give yourself home advantage through to the semi-finals as well?
We haven't paid too much attention to, things like that. We just want to go out there and, stack wins. So we're focusing this week on trying to get a win, and then we'll do the same next week and see where we are after that.
If you look back to last season with the Blues, there was that 15-game winning run that you guys went on, whereas this season it's been, 8 wins, 4 losses up to this point. Any idea why you haven't been quite so successful in 2023?
Yeah, I think we just took a wee while to, get into the game we wanted to play, and probably didn't start the season as well as we wanted to. But in saying that, we've shown glimpses of what we're good at, and we've been building pretty nicely the last few weeks. So hoping to take that roll on into these next 2 games and prep ourselves for finals.
When you look at the game plan you're playing, is the game plan this year much different from 2022?
No, it's not. It's pretty similar, to be honest. We've got a big pack, I guess, and some pretty elusive backs. So pretty simple game plan, obviously, and it's similar to last year. We've just, struggled in little areas.
When you look back on that brilliant season last year, did that unbeaten run ever become any sort of burden on the side?
Yeah, no, I don't think there was last year. It was, it's always going to be hyped up a bit more by people outside the team, and we did a really good job at just focusing in on each week. And once you get into sort of the finals, it's game at a time anyway. So once we made it that far, we knew that, it's knockout footy and all that. So, yeah, that's sort of similar to this year. We just need to get there, and I guess once you make that top 8 or whatever, anything can happen. It's sort of whoever's playing the best footy at that time. So if you make it that far, then the rest of your season doesn't really matter. It's what you can put out that week, and yeah.
Indeed. So no Beauden Barrett outside you tonight. Does that in any way change the way that the Blues play, not having Bodie there?
No, it doesn't. We've got a pretty simple game plan. Obviously, when you've got a world-class player like that in your team, he's going to add a lot of things that other people can't. But in saying that, we've got stars all around the park and some great people stepping in. So it's going to be good, and we're confident in the guys that stand in his place.
And that's Harry Plummer in the 10 jersey tonight. Have you played much in a 9-10 combo with Harry Plummer?
I haven't played too much, to be honest, but I think I've had a couple here and there, and yeah, I enjoy it. Harry's he's a great player. He's a great leader, and he really knows his detail, and he's good at running the boys around the park. So when you've got a 10 like that outside you, it makes a 9's job easy. So yeah, Harry's been playing really well this year.
And what about your own form, Finlay? How happy have you been with your own form this Super Rugby season?
Yeah, not too bad. I've just been focusing on a few key areas, and I guess, trying to stack good performances together and, just do what I need to do for the team.
I'm curious about halfbacks these days because you very rarely, if ever now, play 80 minutes. There's always seems to be a change at halfback at some stage during the second half. Do you miss the chance to play an entire 80 minutes?
Look, sometimes, yeah, I guess if it's a tight game and you get pulled off, you want to be there at the end. But in today's game, it's so fast and the demands are so high that, especially for a halfback with our running loads, it's sometimes, I guess, a blessing, and it can impact the team bringing fresh legs on. So, yeah, I guess sometimes you do want to be there at the end, and I don't think I've had too many 80-minute games this year. I think I had 4 or 5 last year, so I guess the lungs are thankful for that. But, yeah, like I said, a halfback's job coming off the bench is pretty crucial, and we've got 2 other great halfbacks here at the team that have been doing an awesome job as well this year, so... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, it's normally the 9 jersey that you wear, but then in the All Blacks jersey, you've often come on as a reserve. So when you're preparing for a game and you know you're wearing 9 or you're wearing 21, is there much of an adjustment in the preparation towards a game between the 2 different roles?
There can be. I guess you always got to be prepared to, I guess, for that late injury or whatever, but once you're on the bench, yeah, there is a wee bit. That was probably my key, a bit of a area I found that I had to work on in that All Blacks jersey last year, was just finding out the difference of my role between when I got those starts and when I actually came off the bench. I found it a bit easier probably coming off the bench, trying to add that energy, whereas if you're starting, you sometimes, I guess, don't need to try and add as much energy. Your team needs a controlled 9 that just does his role. So that was some good learnings for me at the end of last year, and I've taken that into this year, and I think it's helped my game a lot.
Indeed. When you do come off the bench, not just as a halfback, but anyone who comes off the bench during a game, you often, I guess, expect them to bring fresh legs and plenty of energy. But is it sometimes hard when you get out there to actually get into the pace of the game quickly?
Yeah, look, you don't want to overplay your hand. I guess the thing that's always said, I guess, is just nailing your role. And, yeah, sometimes when you come on, it just naturally happens, just sparking up and trying to play at speed, like I said, with the fresh legs coming on, versus tired players on the opposition that have been out there for a few more minutes. So, yeah, I guess the roles change and it depends on each game, but that's the basis of it, yeah.
Just on the All Black stuff, there's no getting away from the fact that this is a massive year internationally. How motivated are you personally, Finlay, to be in that squad, the All Black squad, for what would be your first World Cup?
Yeah, it's been a goal of mine, and I've been working quite hard on it. But in saying that, I just know I just got to focus on my role at the Blues here, and I've been really trying not to get too far ahead of myself, and just play each week and focus on the now. And if it happens, it'll happen, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. So yeah, I think I've given it a pretty good crack, and yeah.
And when you look back on a game and you're measuring your performance and reviewing it, how much of a measure of success is whether you've outplayed your opposite number, whether you've had a better game than the bloke in the other number 9 jersey?
I guess it probably shouldn't be, but we're all competitive, and if you do, you probably might think of that here and there. But for me, I just look at my game and things that I can improve on, and there's always lots after games. So I review pretty hard on myself, and so does everyone else here. And yeah, I guess it's always nice if you, I guess, play well and get the win. Everyone wants to do that, but I'm sure everyone will say they'd probably rather have a team win than I guess have a good performance individually and lose. So yeah, that's sort of my thinking on it.
Yeah, all right, mate. Well, I hope you get both tonight. From a Blues fan's point of view, obviously. Hope you get the win and a good performance. Really appreciate you taking the time for a chat, Finlay.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Thank you, mate. That's Finlay Christie out of the Blues. They take on the Hurricanes tonight, Eden Park, 7:05.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.